Assalamu alaikum and welcome to my client spotlight series for Sacred Feminine Pleasure. And today I'm joined by Anam. She was in my 8-week program, Sacred Feminine Pleasure. And what we're going to talk about is her experience and her transformation. So Anam, what made you join Sacred Feminine Pleasure?
So the thing is, I've actually been consuming your free content for a while, and it helped me a lot. Like there were times when, like I would be in turmoil, and when I'm in turmoil, I naturally become very scarce. I start freaking out, and oh my gosh, I'm going to become poor. I'm going to land up in the streets. That's generally how my mind works. And when your posts used to help me, like I used to read them, and instantly, like I would calm down. So for me, it was like this is amazing. Like I'm just reading this, posts of this Rosaline Batul, and I'm like all calmed down. So when I saw this program came up, I was like, yeah, I'm going to join it. So yeah, it was like a no-brainer. Yeah.
Oh, amazing. I love that. Okay. And when you joined Sacred Feminine Pleasure, what was your experience with abundance rewiring?
Yeah, so it was something that I've never like experienced before. So I would like to describe it as like sort of like Alice in Wonderland. Like the story of Alice, like she goes through, she sees
Right.
all these amazing things. That's how it was, 1.5 hours. And it was like this beautiful, really lovely daydream. And after that, I felt, lighter. I felt like the load had lifted off my shoulders. And I felt, hopeful. And also, I can't describe it, but I would say that I felt like something in me had shifted. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So, yeah. Yeah.
Amazing. That is amazing, Anam. And what was your specific breakthroughs? Like, talk with the audience about what specifically changed for you.
In this program, yeah. So I had many wake up calls in this program. So the first one was where you told us to take radical responsibility. And I've heard this thing before, like take radical responsibility, but it was more like lip service. Like nobody explained what does it mean to take radical responsibility, but you explained it. You were like, even if there's something that where it doesn't seem like you've played a part, you still are like, where can I take responsibility? So that really opened my mind up. So okay, so this is what it looks like. It's never like being a victim, taking responsibility in any and every area of life. And that was really inspiring for me, and you kind of provided a model for how to do it. So that was one. And the other one was, I stopped, along with radical responsibility, was I stopped playing victim. Like I started recognizing, oh, okay, so now, oh, here you're going again. You're feeling like you're a victim, and then nothing's working for you. And again, that was based on what you said. The shift in my mindset happened based on what you said. And yeah, so and also you said this thing that the world is a mirror, and it's reflective of what's inside of you. And until this
Right.
point, it never made any sense to me. I was like, whoa, I've heard this before, and I was like, what are they talking about? So like what? And so yeah, so it actually, when you explained all these things, like you were talking about, anytime anything happens, like in relationships or whatever, always look inward, and focus on what you want. And then it started making sense. I'm like, okay, so this is what it is, right? It's not about focusing on, oh, okay, this person doing this thing, or these things are not working out. What is it that I can do? What is it that I can change, right? Always focusing on that and always moving forward. So that these were like the big realizations that I had in this program. And they came because of the way that you explained it. And I feel like you kind of embody it. Like a lot of people talk about these things, but they don't really follow it. So they're not able to explain it in a way that makes sense. You know what I mean? So you
Right.
explained it. Yeah, you explained it in a way that made sense. So it made sense, and I'm like, okay, so this is what I must do. As hard as it is to take responsibility and not be a victim, and take radical responsibility, and look inward and do all of these things, it is the way forward. Like there is literally no other way. So these were like my breakthroughs in the program. And yeah, it was what I needed. Like I was looking for, okay, can somebody give me guidance? Like, what am I supposed to do in my life? And yeah, so yeah.
Oh, I love that, Anam. Thank you so much for sharing that. And I wanna add to that point. Like a lot of us you like the stuff that I teach, I embody, and you're so right. I've lived this life. I've lived the experiences that I talk about. And that's what I feel like creates that atmosphere in the program, that I know exactly what all of you are going through. Like when you were giving me examples of what you're going through, when other women were giving me examples of what they're going through, I could literally imagine it because I've lived it. I know exactly what's going on. So I love the fact that you picked that up. It's not something that I've learned in a book. Like I read a book and I'm so coach on it. I've lived the experiences. And I love the fact that you were able to take the advice. Like this is the key thing. Like you were coachable. Like you were able to, you know what? I'm gonna try it. Like it's okay to read it and read about it, but you were like, no, I'm actually gonna try it. Like I've heard it so many times. Maybe now Allah wants me to realize that I have to do the work. Like I read about it. I can theorize about it all I want. I can keep thinking about it, but I actually have to implement it. And mashallah, you did that very well, Anam. That's one thing I really love about you, that you were able to implement everything I told you, like, without even questioning it. Like, you know what? Okay, I enrolled in the program to be told exactly how to move, and I'm going to do that, which is amazing. Okay.
And I think it's partially because you embodied it. Like I said, a lot of people, they say all the things, but they don't really practice it, and it becomes kind of obvious. You can tell.
Right.
But you know, it's like when you see someone saying something and practicing it, it makes an impact. Like it's not possible to not make an impact. So yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing that, mashallah. Thank you so much, Anna, for pointing that out. Because this is another thing that I really want people to know. Like, I'm not just saying things because I just want to say it. I literally live it every day, right? And now, the success that I have, like, mashallah, I'm still doing the work.
You're doing the work,
Right, I want to keep giving that.
And even you said this thing of how you keep track of your thoughts every time. Like when I first heard of it, I'm like, sounds very exhausting, but I was like, come on, that's kind of what it is. We do live life through our thoughts, so it makes sense to keep a track on our thoughts, even if it sounds exhausting, like
right. Like, think about it. Isn't it exhausting for you to like live in fear? Isn't it exhausting for us to catastrophize the worst case scenario? But isn't it exhausting to be stressed out all the time? So we might as well take note of the things that are going in our mind, take away the things that we can't control, which is like 99% of the things we can't control, and just focus on the 1% which we can control, which is ourselves. And that's it, right? And again, I know you did that really well. Like, mashallah. I remember you were saying, like, now I'm just not bothered about things that happen in my life. I'm just cool about things. Like, nothing triggers me. I'm absolutely fine. Like, I don't have to stress about things. I can just let things go. What an amazing place to arrive at. I don't think people realize how like priceless that feeling is, right?
And it's so empowering, to think in that way.
Mashallah. So one final question. What would you say to any lady right now who's thinking about joining Sacred Feminine Pleasure, but they're just sitting on the fence waiting? What would you say to her?
So I would like to say, so if you resonated with Rosaline's content, like you're going to love this. Like it's absolute, like I'd say I got 10 times whatever I paid for it. And Rosaline answers any and every question, no holds barred. Like she's that kind of chilled out person. And, and she actually, and here's the thing, if you want to invest in a coach or a healer, see, a coach and a healer can only take you as far as they've healed themselves. They can only take you, and Rosaline will take you places you've never been because she's done the work. She's traveled far on her journey, and she'll take you as well. It's not just, invest in any coach, any healer. They have to have done the work, and she's done the work. So if you want to experience that healing, you want to go on that journey, like go for it. Like it's a complete no-brainer. Like she's very generous. She's given this, extremely budget-friendly program, and she gives you, 10 times its worth. Like I would say, just go for it. If you resonate with the content, just go for it.
Oh, thank you. You're gonna make me cry, Anam. Thank you so much. Oh, mashallah. Thank you so much, darling. Thank you for your efforts. Thank you for being coachable. And thank you for making Sacred Feminine Pleasure the way it was, like just the dynamic you brought. Thank you so much. Jazakallah khair. So ladies, this is it. This is a client spotlight series. Thank you so much for joining. And if you do want to join Sacred Feminine Pleasure, click the link in my bio to learn more. All right, Anam. Thank you.